Chisaki with the blue futon. And this one I'm going to call out of the theater because this was supposed to be in theaters, I want to say May, June-ish. Like, I think it was Memorial Day weekend. Military Wives. I bought it on Vudu. I watched it. Let's see how these Military Wives act. So Military Wives, what's it about? Well, this is based in England. It's exactly what the movie is. The title of the movie is Military Wives. A lot of the people on the military base, their husbands going to war. Military wives have to stay on the base, on the location, and they gotta find free time to do something to, wait the 6-month time period for their loved ones to come back home, their sons or whatever. But this time, to get rid of their boredom, they do a choir. And choir, they're slowly getting better and better and better. And now they're actually doing a festival which is something that happens in England every year, kind of celebrate the military wives and that have to deal with being at home for 6 months, dealing with the bills, dealing with the kids, dealing with everything by themselves. This one has the story of multiple wives and multiple backstories of each wife of what they're trying to do. So talk about this movie. This is a fun movie with realistic undertones and scenarios, we'll put it that way, of how in this movie you have a colonel's wife, which does act like a colonel's wife, where if you don't know the military world, military officers' wives have a very bad rep of thinking they're the same rank as their husbands or wives, let's put it that way, because you could be a military husband or a military wife of, if a person's a general, it's a general's wife, and they feel like they're the rank as the general as well, and doesn't get a good rep at all in the military world, which I have noticed. So with that, not all of them are like that, but if you actually check forums and stuff like that online or Facebook posts, yeah, you'll notice some things where people put that, or on TikTok, you'll see some weird thing about the Marine thing in the background. Anyway, we're going away from the actual movie. But these are real undertones, real scenarios that all people can go through. In this one, you have a colonel's wife, you have like a senior master sergeant's wife, you have someone who just joined the army that has to go to the war, and so there's a younger couple like in their 20s, 21-year-old. So you have a different range of people like, 5th tour, 1st tour, 3rd tour, 20 years in the military, 1 year in the military, 30 years, 15, 10. So you have a dynamic scale of every type of military member going through different scenarios, and how some military wives, we're going to call it that way, are more of like, it's just a tour, they'll be back, and then some of them are more nervous of like, oh my god, they're going to come back, what's happening here and here and here and there. But the actual choir part of this movie is supposed to be based on a true story about what military choirs do in England. How there's like, I don't know how many, like 60 plus, choir groups in England that do this. Oxford, I don't know any other English towns. I'm so sorry. But this movie has that scenario. There are good dynamics with characters, how the senior master sergeant and the colonel's wife really don't get along, because the colonel's wife is very demanding and very, controlling. But she's also controlled because anything bad happens to her past, as well as with the senior master sergeant wife. Just she's not having a good relationship with her daughter, and there's flares going in between there. But man, there's one scene in this movie where they're about to get on a bus. It gets, I don't want to say the word salty, it's spicy. It could be salty, like, oh, that hurts the wounds, but it gets spicy of how these women insult each other. You're like, we're going there. We are going there with the insult. It is like, holy shit. So this movie is rated R. I know it went through some appeals like PG-13R, but apparently it is still rated R. I can kind of see that there are some sexual innuendos. How in the UK or the EU, they don't really care about the nudity, but here, sexual innuendos make a lot more of a R rating than across the pond, to put it that way. But overall, Military Wives is a good movie, good scenarios, realistic situations that you could understand if you're in the military world. I know for some reasons out there's people that are going to watch me like, oh, that's fun, but they don't know the aspects of what some of these people actually go through. And doing that for the military side is really good of understanding what some of these people go through. And I'll say it again, in today's day and society, we have had it for so good for so long. How there's no more drafts anymore, no more stuff like that. And I think people are taking that for granted. Why all this shit is hitting the fan in these West Coast cities. But anyway, Military Wives will receive a 4 out of 5 with Futon's equals at 80%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have the critics at 76% with 111 of them, and the audience score at 55%. I'm going to say those 31 people that gave it 55% don't know the military life. But here's critic consensus. Like a favorite song you know by heart, Military Wives offer few surprises, but its pleasures are no less formidable for their familiarity. I mean, I have to agree. I mean, what do you expect from this movie? It's based on a true story about a choir group that Military Wives do. They can't really put like too much like drama in it to seem fake. So, I mean, it's more of a realistic movie about what people go through. It really is. And there are some good song choices, put it that way. So do you get the 80, the 55, or the 76? Chase out the Boo Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't think it's Booftopia. You Booftonians. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Peace and love. Peace and love. Military people. All right. And those wall of vets, I don't think some of those are vets. If I go there and be like, hey, where were you stationed? Where were you stationed? They'd be like, I was stationed in India. It's like, no, no, you weren't. Or I was stationed in Oregon. No, you weren't.